Hey guys, how you doing? We're at the pit today. We're going to be showing you a new clutch that's hatched and come well established. So this is the mum from the clutch, and this is actually a Blackhead, Purple Passion, Red and Ringer, Hypo. And what's crazy about this animal is that just by adding the Hypo on, it's taken all the color away from the animal and made it this beautiful ivory creamy color with the little fleckings, black and gray fleckings going all the way through it, and also that amazing head and those really piercing gray eyes. I mean, what a beautiful color on those eyes. So again, this is a Blackhead, Purple Passion, Red and Ringer, Hypo, and I bred this, you're going to see the male in a minute, to a Bambino Red and Ringer het Hypo male, which I'll show you in a second. And the babies that they produced were beautiful. Obviously, this being a Purple Passion means that it's allelic as well, so as a baseline, everything from the clutch would have to be either Phantom or Mojave, which is great. So you don't get any normals, you know exactly what you're going to get as a base on the project, which I love. So we're going to see how many Hypos and other combos that we hit from this clutch. But first of all, I'm going to show you the dad. But yeah, I think it's good to see the parents of the clutches to really appreciate where the background of the animal is coming from, and the little attributes like the Red and Ringer gene. It's not really talked about much, and it's not understood as well as it should be, but with this clutch there is a lot that I can show you, and how the Red and Ringer is playing on some animals. When I first produced the Blackhead Purple Passion Hypos, I was really confused and baffled as to why this snake turned out white from just adding the Hypo gene on top, which it shouldn't really do. So it's a beautiful result. I don't have many white snakes in my collection, but I'm really glad to have this girl, because it's not just a white snake. See, there's so much else going on with her. Her ivory color tone, to the little fleckings on her, to again that beautiful head and those piercing, stunning eyes. I mean, how many snakes do you know have an eye color like that is that piercing and that beautiful? And now I'm going to show you the father, and let us know what you think about this girl, and let us know what you think about the reaction with the Hypo on this combination. Let me know if you think it works well, if you think she's beautiful, if you're surprised that it turned out to be a white snake, as surprised as I was when I first made these about 5 years ago. Yeah, it'll be good to get some feedback on it, guys. Okay, so this is the father of the clutch. He's a beautiful Bambino Red and Ringer 100% het Hypo. And the crazy thing is, he actually popped his cherry with that girl, and it was actually his first time going in with a girl. It was one lock and it was done. That was it. It was just one lock, and she was gravid. I caught her at just the right time, and this boy seemed to have done the job pretty well. You can see the influence of the Red and Ringer gene on him in comparison to normal Bambinos. You can see how high this blushing goes up. That's the Ringer part of the gene. You can't see the red gene so much, but you can see it in places on his spine. It's because he's so heavily patterned on his spine, there's not really much breaking up to see the red gene in him, but he's definitely got it in, and he's passed it on to his children as well. He doesn't want to sit still at the moment, but he's a real cool looking guy, you know, and powerful male as well. I love the Hypo Bambino stuff, as you see in a minute. Not anything going on in the belly, but look at all this yellow flecking coming up the sides, which is a trait of the Bambino. You know, they have a lot of natural oranges and yellows that go through them, and they intensify the oranges and yellows when put to other combos, which is why I thought Hypo would be such a good way to go with the Bambino, and really stoked to actually hit some Hypo Bambino combos. I really like them, and they're changing a lot. I thought I'd show you the parents before I show you the clutch, so you can get a good understanding of how these genetics have come together. You know, two vastly different genes that both have color and pattern going on with them, but when they've meshed together, they make some really awesome stuff. I'm going to show you that right now. And if you have any questions about the Bambino, this boy in particular, or any other Bambino stuff, I'd love to hear it. I would also love to know what you would put to this boy, what you would have this boy go to, you know, any Hypo combos or any other suggestions. I'll be really grateful to hear them and to know what you guys think and what you would do if you had him in your collection. What would you put him to? Okay, so this is the first baby from the clutch. This girl is a Blackhead Phantom Red and Ringer 100% het Hypo. 100% het Hypo because the mum was a visual Hypo, so she is guaranteed to be het Hypo. The only thing I'm not sure about is if she is super Red and Ringer or just straight Red and Ringer, and I say that because, for one, if you look at her neck pattern, it's really joint up all the way through, which can happen, but it doesn't happen very often with this combo. The whites are totally like white and really come up high on her, which with the Blackhead and Phantom, they do come relatively high, but to come this high is normally something like yellow belly in there with it interacting, but there is absolutely no yellow belly in this, and you can see how blushed out the spine is as well. That red gene is really coming through on the spine on this girl, so she may be super Red and Ringer, but you know, I'll just label her as Red and Ringer at the moment. Produced loads of these over my years, and really beautiful animals, always very popular, great mix if you like the dark stuff. And then this is just taking it up one step further. So this guy is actually going into shed. He's just started to go into shed, so the depth of his color is not there. But what I wanted to show you is that the change in pattern. Look at the pattern on the Blackhead Phantom, and then just adding Bambino on top really pixelates the alien heads and totally changes the pattern on the side. But then if you look at the spine as well, that spine has gone crazy. It's just little dot marks on the spine, and it really washed out. Like, this guy, I think, has a real chance of being super Red and Ringer. Again, it's got the chain linked alien heads on the side that are really squashed down and pushed up, as to with all the white flecking going through it. So it's crazy looking, but as you can see, he is just going into deep shed. I was hoping that it'd be a few more days before he went this blue, but sensational, you know. What a change one gene can make. And this is not Hypo, this is het Hypo as well. So this is a Blackhead Phantom Bambino, at least Red and Ringer, possibly super Red and Ringer, 100% Hypo. They both have clear bellies, nothing to say about their bellies. Very clean, very clear on both of them. But what a crazy difference one gene can make, eh? It's insane. Just one added simple codon gene just makes it pop like that. I'm going to show you the actual hypos I made. So this is one of the other babies to the clutch, and this is the first visual hypo Bambino combo that I got to see ever. It's the first one that has ever been produced, and this is actually a Mojave Bambino red and ringer hypo, visual hypo. So as I said, from the mum side of this clutch, everything had to be Phantom or Mojave, so that's underlying. And this is really light in color. That's because of the Mojave. Alien heads are crazy, and this girl is just starting to color up. You can see the orange specks just coming through on her that weren't there before. Typical trait of the Bambino, making everything orange. So this girl at like 500-600 grams will look totally different. See how different she looks as a baby to how she's colored up now. But these oranges are coming through in all the little pixelated alien heads, or whatever you want to call them. I call them Space Invaders, but it's coming through all the way through the body on them now. And that's what happens with the Bambino. After every shed and growth spurt, they really start changing, and the oranges and yellows really intensify on them. This is a sweet combo. I'm so stoked to actually make a Hypo Bambino combo. I think it looks beautiful. I think the colors complement themselves each other, and I love it that it's Mojave as well. I think it really all works together. You know, the dorsal is a real solid yellow with purple outlining on it. The colors on this just pop, you know, such a variety of colors that are going through this animal. It's beautiful, lovely sheen. Again, belly's clean. The eyes are pretty spectacular as well. It's got, you know, two-tone eyes. The top half is a different color to the bottom half. She's a little beaut, you know. I think I'm gonna really pursue the hypo gene with the Bambino and trying to create some real diverse stuff. And if you guys have any ideas, let us know what you think. What, as I said before, what you would want to see the Bambino go with. And this little guy is just one gene on top of this. So this is also a Bambino Mojave Hypo red and ringer, maybe super red and ringer, but this actually has Blackhead on it as well. And you can see how the Blackhead has taken off the back stripe again and just totally transformed this animal into something crazy looking. I mean, it's almost got a peach undertone to it. I know this will change as it grows. Also got the orange peachy flecks coming through it there. It's a stunner. It's washed out, but it's still got enough pattern to really appreciate the beauty of this. And don't get me wrong, if it was patternless with this color tone on it, I think it would look beautiful. Look at towards the end, you know, where the pattern's really rubbing out, and then it comes in, it's got this little paradox marking over here. It's a stunner. And then typical with a lot of Blackhead combos, the eye stripes really reduced. It'll have a two-tone eye on it, and top will be grey, bottom will be a darker colour, but the eye stripes really rubbed out on this guy. So I know Blackhead and Bambino work sensationally. I was glad to get the hypo on it, and then the Mojave, I think it gives it a beautiful colour tone over the whole body. So this is a Bambino Mojave Hypo, at least red and ringer, maybe super red and ringer, and this is just with Blackhead on top of that. How beautiful, hey? I'm so fortunate to actually be able to produce these two animals as my first Hypo Bambinos, and these are the first two that the world has ever seen. It's a great place to be when you're producing totally new stuff that has not been presented to the world. It's exciting to see how the combos are gonna turn out, because all you can work with is your imagination. But I can tell you honestly, I never imagined that these would come out like this. I'm stoked. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear feedback from all you guys as well. It's always great hearing from you guys. I really appreciate you taking the time out to watch these videos and being part of the journey that we're going through with all these new genes, and hope that you guys follow and like the stuff that we're doing. And please give us feedback on anything else that you want to see, or anything that you think could be interesting that I could try and do for the 2025 breeding season. It's always lovely to have interaction with all you guys, but I really appreciate you guys supporting what we're doing here at the pit. It means a lot to me. Thank you guys, stay safe, and hope you have a lovely evening.